We last spoke as winter turned to spring. The days were slowly warming, the seas calming. And the earth was awakening. And with it, so did I.
Oh, you ain't to get the birds. Come on, you don't get to get the birds anymore. Come here, baby.
It is a very cloudy and kind of rainy December day. Very classic winter for the area. And I've been spending a lot of time this morning looking through the footage I've collected over the last 9 months, and I thought it was about time that I pulled it all together. Last time I checked in with you, I was just beginning to move into this house. We were settling in and things were coming together. We're very settled in now, which I'll give you guys a tour of the house a little more settled soon. But I left off in the last video talking about some car trouble that I had been having and my inability to really fix it for some time. Well, that persisted and got significantly worse, and so I was unable to really go anywhere much outside of my house, and I felt really stifled creating here. I'd made quite a few videos just in this house, and it's not really something that I find very inspiring. And so while I continued filming and I continued sharing on other platforms and on my other channel, I just didn't feel like my life was all that exciting. I felt pretty trapped. I did film a little bit. I was able to hitch some rides here and there for some good summer adventures and some spring and fall moments, but for the most part I focused my time with my broken down car on other ventures. was able to drive the car around locally a little bit, but unfortunately, and maybe a little bit fortunately, and it finally exploded. The engine overheated so much and it was smoking and the car just completely died. And that happened a little over a month ago. And it was kind of a bittersweet moment because it put to rest this car that really was not serving me anymore and was very old and had really gone through the ringer. And now I have a new car. So I'm able to go on more adventures and get out of this house. And I want to take you along with me. So I'm finally ready to get back into filming here and sharing here now that we can go more places. But before we get going on some new adventures, I figured it was time to catch you up on what I've been up to and some of the big events of the last couple of seasons. I last spoke to you at the beginning of March. Spring was just beginning to start. It was hinting here and there, and as time went on, spring came into full bloom. But as spring came to a close, I lost my grandmother. It happened kind of suddenly. There was a little bit of time to prepare, and processing that took me some time. I get one of my names from her, Margaret, and she was one of my greatest supporters in life. For my whole life. She was a tough woman and a strong woman. I trusted that I could make a lot of choices that I did because I know that she had done them. We both made major moves at around the same age. While I just went across the country, she moved to Guam and then continued to live all over the world. She was always traveling, always exploring, and living her life in the most full way. And she cultivated such an incredible community where she lived and genuinely lived her life the way that she preached, which I don't think is something we all can say. Losing such a strong force and important person in my life was a lot to process. And I've lost a lot of important people to me since I moved here. This will be my 6th winter living here. We are in my 6th year here, and that's a lot of time to be away from everyone that you know. We're new. I know a lot of new people here now, but there's a lot of changes that have happened, and I've lost a lot of very close people to me. But this was the first time I lost somebody in the spring. And it felt like a very strange time to me. Most everybody else that I lost in the wintertime. And it kind of felt like the earth was mourning with me. And being in the spring and soon summer, it was wild to feel the world moving on so fast and vibrantly. One of the things that I always struggle with after losing somebody is how the world keeps going. It's weird to experience something knowing that somebody else isn't. But when it's winter and it's calm and quiet, it kind of made more sense to me. But when the earth was so awake and alive, it made it harder for me to process. But one way I processed everything was trying to settle in here a little more. And I sought out the wisdom of nature. It is perhaps the greatest teacher of cycles of life and death, and it is a very grounding force, getting to witness those changes. In some ways, I think the vibrancy of the summer was kind of healing. It didn't offer that same stillness that winter does, but it very quickly gave that perspective that life goes on. And well, that I think is one of the hardest things for me to process with death, is that things keep moving. Being in the time where it does helped. And then it was time to prepare for winter. Winter kind of took me by surprise this year. The fall moved by so quickly, and I didn't even really realize that it was over until I woke up and winter was at my doorstep. But after it all, I'm grateful to be in the season of rest now. I got half a cord of wood delivered here a few days ago. I originally thought that I would be bringing up wood from the cabin that I had already stacked just for whenever I wanted to have a fire here, but as winter set in, I realized I wanted to be burning more wood here than was feasible to carry down from the cabin. And ultimately that is a crazy idea. I should just get wood delivered here anyways. So it got delivered just before sunset and I spent under an hour. It only took me 50 minutes to stack that half cord, which I think is a new record for me. And now I will be able to enjoy a cozy fire every day. I don't think half a cord will be enough to get us through the winter here. I am kind of surprised by how fast it's burning, but I've been accustomed to primarily burning in a wood stove lately at the cabin, and I am not used to burning in open fireplaces as my primary way of burning wood. So I am very quickly being reminded how fast wood goes when you burn like this. But if I need to order some new wood, I can order some new wood, and if I need to get some from the cabin, I can always go up there and grab some too. Especially now that I have a car that drives. It is very exciting. I haven't felt so stranded since I was a teenager and before I had my license. Luckily, living in the city, I'm able to mostly walk everywhere that I need to, and between my friends, my partner, and my brother who moved out here this summer, which I don't think I told you. It's been easy enough to get around, but I like to have a lot more independence, and not having a car has made that a challenge. So we will be going on so many new adventures. I have so many plans and dreams, and I'm so excited. I'm debating right now if the first trip will be to the mountains or to the cabin, or maybe both. So we'll see. But first I gotta finish this video out for you guys. Oh, it's so cozy. We weren't able to burn in the fireplace when we first moved in here in February. The chimney hadn't been cleaned and they didn't know how long, and so we weren't able to get a chimney sweep out until the springtime. So we didn't really burn anything in here until now, and it has been so wonderful. I didn't know if I would want to burn in it every single day, but you just can't beat the heat of a fire, especially in the wet, rainy winters that we have here. So this has been lovely. But winter really only just started here, so I'm looking forward to getting out into the mountains. I want to see the snow, and I am also very excited to get back up to the cabin more regularly. What do you think? You want to do that too? Yeah, I bet you do. So with that, I think it's time for me to close out this video. And I think you need some love. Yeah, you do need some wuppies. And I'm gonna edit this up and hopefully get it out to you in the next day or two. I guess you'll find out. But now it's time for me to get editing. I'm gonna sit by this cozy fire and pull it all together. I'm so excited to be back to creating these videos and having the freedom to create them the way that I want to. And I hope that you have enjoyed getting caught up, and I will see you very, very soon.
Yeah.
We will.
You want to go turn off the camera? Do you want to go turn off the camera? Do you see it right there? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go.